All right, and we're back. I was a little bit late today because maintenance was going on by the time I wanted to get recording. So, just a real quick covering of what they added. So we did get Cernos's Cernanos. That's what I will say. We did get their costume in the game, and we got quite a selection of colors, which is nice. I'm a little disappointed that most of them, like only one of them, is you can buy with your cloth because that's the whole purpose of this system. Um, but other than that, the colors, the different colors, I like having the multiple colors because, and I've talked about this before with these. I mean, cosmetics and being able to customize or do anything in any game is pretty much money if you can do it right, and that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, these are actually really cool. I would definitely, I might break down and actually buy one of them for my light and my dark Cernos is what I'm just gonna call it because it's easier. Um, so yeah, we got that. If you guys didn't double check, but now we have our event calendar. When you click this up here, this used to just show you these buffs down here and what events were going on. This is kind of where you could also tell where if you were on your ship, where you could see what place was giving like a exotic boost out in the world. But this is now a cool little event calendar to see how long things last. Interesting enough with this is right now, usually after playing like 3 months, if you play this specifically, how these festivals and all these stuff last. So but now this is at least nice little feature for people to know when things kind of come in. So it is good. What else? So we've got the April Fools going on, so low level players can get leveled up pretty quickly. They added the Nez Pass again. Looking at the Nez Pass we've got going on. This month is going to be, I believe it was green. Yeah, so we have 5 green Super Ascension materials. So that one unlocks on week 2, so definitely get out there. As far as the purchase this month is actually a little bit more worth it because we get a Gleam card and a 5-star egg. So, and these 3 light and dark eggs. So, once again, I don't promote too much about spending money in the game, but when it is a decent value for some things in here, I do purchase it for myself. So this Nez Pass, I probably will shell out the $9 and just grab these for these 3 items. 300 gems is meh, and the 1 million gold is kind of meh at this point. So it's more just to have 3 more chances at some light and dark egg Astromon and some at least another Gleam and the 5-star. But already sent the friends out, and let's get this daily rolling, shall we? Didn't get to farm at all yesterday. Was working on something else for most of the day, so I didn't have my game up, but definitely gonna get out there today and get some more materials going. Eggs and fruits. One thing I did want to check on here, let's look at Minicat's light and dark version, shall we? It's gonna be, there we go. I always liked Minicat as an Astromon, fully evolved. You could use her very often in certain situations, but if you're lucky and early on, you get was this a recovery? Yeah, it is. Usually you just got a better recovery Astromon early on, but normal skill, 70% chance to reduce defense is not bad, and then defense up on the active skill's not bad. This one's kind of the big one. Decreases the enemy's defense by 30 to 35%, so this is a really good leader skill, 100%. The defense down, once again, off this kind of just plays into the charging stance, so this would be a heavy hitting combo, especially if books can actually modify this chance any more, so we can double check that. But let's look at the dark version. Dark, same thing. Charging stance is great. Adrenaline attacks restored HP an amount of equal to 10% of the own max HP. So this is another good one. Adrenaline on here, and then an attack buff on her special skill, active skill, excuse me, well, is pretty good. So overall, these are two decent. Definitely Astromon. Let's see what 6-star stats look like. As a recovery, HP's pretty low. Obviously, more is going to be into her recovery stat, but defense and attack is kind of moot for this one, because this is, again, this is just a debuffer and then giving you guys your Astromon a defense up. Charging stance, again, in the leader skill would be there, but we don't. That's the only thing that when you click on this and you're looking, like, again, you're looking through this, sometimes you can tell what the Astromon is between, looking at their skills, but I kind of wish over here, like, they have plenty of real estate right here to be like, this is a attacking Astromon, so an attacker, a tank or whatever. So that would be a nice quality of life change in here. Also, being able to search, because my God, having to scroll all the way down sometimes is a little bit of a pain in the boot. So definitely a tank. So 32,000 HP is not bad for that at a 6-star. So this definitely plays off with adrenaline. So you'd pump this Astromon full of just HP percent gems. Get this as high as possible, so their normal attacks just heal. So this is kind of what people refer to as a passive healer. So again, 10% of own max HP. So you get Minikat's HP over like 100%, right? And that means you're healing them passively 10k damage every turn just from a normal attack. So that's not bad. And then boosting this up to get the recovery on here and getting an attack up wouldn't be bad. The charging stance already by decreasing the enemy's defense by 30 to 35% is really, again, that's a good combo to have. It's just what I always look at these Astromon, though, is looking at their viability and survivability, because, again, if we're going to keep dealing with the dimensional dungeon in that way, with Astromon that are going to be, twice our level, my problem is just Astromon being able to survive a hit. That's really what it comes down to. So, and yeah. The other thing, too, is make sure you guys are getting onto your ship to do find Nez on your ship. You can get, I actually, when I first got in here, I got, what's her name? Camilla's. I got some Camilla stones here. I don't even know where she's at. There she is. So logged in and got 4 stones from selecting them. So they're going to be random because they're a part of the event for right now. But make sure you guys are doing that. And let's get out there. Let's quit yapping and get to it, shall we? I'm going to craft this one on here. And I need to get to work on that today with those. But yeah, and then back to the Super Ascension as well. They refund. I don't get why they did this, because they did it before. If you ascended your Astromon, you super ascended, giving them the new skill out of the dimensional dungeon, they refunded your 300 gems this time. They didn't bother giving you dimensional shards because they didn't think people would just reset it. And I'm half a mind to actually message 433 and say, hey, can I get this back? I reset this. And, it wasn't what you guys said, which was re-roll. It just totally deletes the skill. So I might actually put in a ticket with them to say, hey, can I just get that back? Because they're like, we made changes to it. It's like, well, you just made changes now that it actually does what everybody thought it would do, which is re-roll the statistic or re-roll the new perk, which that's not what it did at all. So hopefully now it does do that, but all I got refunded was my 300 Astro Gems that I spent on it. I still have to go farm the Dimensional Dungeon for another 100 shards, which, I'll be honest, I mean, that's gonna take that's gonna take a while. I'm still, slugging through that as slowly as I can. But they also changed some of the passives on the Super Ascensions too. Some of them were changed. I think the first one was changed completely, and then the other ones were kind of buffs. The one that is important for attacking Astromon, and I say important, it's not necessarily situational, but it was the boost. It was the Fiery Resolve that I actually got on my Dark Fenrir here before I reset it, for science, and it actually got a buff, so it's like up to, I think, over 50% on it. So that one got a buff, and I'm like, I don't think that needed a buff. That was pretty good as it was. But yeah, some of the skills just got changed a little bit, and others got just a slight little buff to them. Let's grab these. And yeah, this is the team I've been running out. I've been trying to level up my Talia to 60. We are getting pretty close. And that's another thing to kind of point out for leveling your Astromon. Running extreme, and we haven't talked about too much of that. And I know I've been slacking on the new player stuff, but again, just time's not been on my side. The greatest thing about being able to run extreme at one point is finally being able to level your Astromon. So the way XP distributed works. So the reason why I don't have a full team of Astromon that need to be leveled is because once you have max level Astromon, all the XP gets funneled into one Astromon. So they get a bonus because they're the only one receiving experience. So running extreme, when you're going out and farming Super Evolution materials, is something I do to actually level up Astromon. And I've only farmed, I think, twice with this Astromon since she was level 1, and I got her, I think, up to 30. So you can tell just after one day of farming, she's already in her 50s, and it shouldn't take too much longer out there. Couple that on top of using any EXP boosts you get from either the login or anything else, you can actually get you can get them leveled up really quickly. And that's the other thing I talk about on capture festivals too. On capture festivals, if I'm not going too crazy in them, and I actually just realized I didn't need to finish this off, but whatever. Is just another way I use to level up Astromon. If I'm not using a decent farming team, I will just throw them in and get them XP, because playing on normal is not you're not going to get a lot of experience. However, shifting onto extreme and playing, I farm the gold level just because for Super Evolution materials, but if I was running the EXP stage, she'd probably be more into like 57 or 58 by now. So the other thing that got added was Indra's hero dungeon. So still slowly chipping away at this one for me, but hopefully those of you who can get in there will go and get him knocked out here. Let's mess with this one. And we're going to run a little bit longer today just because we were checking out all of the other stuff. So I really don't know which one to go after first. I just remember you being annoying. Yeah. And then resisted. Ugh. Yeah, that petrify. That's what I didn't like. Alright, let's see what this does. So we crit, and then we get you. Seeing a lot of Yukis. Light Yukis showing up too. I've noticed that one as well. You're going to be a problem here in a minute. We must have resisted that stun. Well, now we get to watch the fireworks. Nice, we got the stun off on her. So, throw that up on there and you should be down. Yeah. Noticing a lot of the Yukis, a lot of fire Drakars are coming out through the back half. And then, again, I've started to see a little bit more grass Fenrir's too. Definitely on that. And I think that'll be... I'll do Vitra here off of on there, but I think that's going to do it for these dailies. Yep, we are good to go. So I'm going to get these and call it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's daily.